And the two things we're going to do is to provide HIV/AIDS treatments for everyone that needs it, and 283 children's villages, so that we can get all the orphans, or 1.7 million children, into safe accommodation with healthcare, education and a future. Their sustainability will be supported by 1.7 million virtual parents from America. We have those people lined up: teachers, seniors, faith-based group members, etc. But your 1.7 million orphans are absolutely priceless human assets of Uganda. Regardless of whatever business you have on, without those orphans being educated, staying healthy, growing up healthy, you don't have the human assets in Uganda to retain the sustainability and the economic progress of Uganda. So it's vitally important for the future of the country and the economic sustainability. Now, the question that you have to ask yourself, and the Vice President and the ministers, is why should the poor get everybody's leaves off? Why should we expect the poor to take all the things that other people don't want? We don't have to think that way. We can give the poor the best of the new technologies, the best of the sustainable and green technology, so that they can be empowered to take care of themselves, of their families, their communities and the country. That's common sense into common practice. So by empowering the lowest of the low, the poorest of the poor, we're building a sustainable base for Uganda and for its future. So what has to happen for the President's Legacy Hope on Africa programme to ramp up the scale and the speed that we so desperately need in Uganda? There are 5 things that have to happen. 1, I want you to pray and ask God for the leadership and courage to support and empower all 1.7 million orphans in Uganda. 2, I want you to adopt for Uganda a human asset care policy. Be the first African country to say our people are the main asset, the most precious resource that we have, and we have to have a human asset care policy to take care of them, just like we take care of the buildings and the transportation and all of the other physical assets in the country. 3, I want you to instruct your ministers to be cooperative and collaborative in the President's Legacy Hope on Africa programme. There are lots of resources in Uganda that can be brought to the fore. Those resources are already coming from the orphans, the caregivers, the nuns, the faith-based groups, the teachers. You have some amazing citizens in Uganda. But now we need to engage the ministers as well. So you need to instruct them to be part of history and be part of something brilliant for Uganda. 4, I want you to call President Bush on +1 202 456 111 and ask him to sign the executive order. The only thing that has to happen in the White House now is that Joshua Bolton gives me a 3-minute appointment with the President in the Oval Office. He signs the executive order, that goes across to the Federal Registry, gets published, and then the bonds get issued by Treasury. It's very simple. It just requires 3 minutes of the President's time. 5, in the meantime, I'd like you to call your partners in India and China who are investing in infrastructure projects and ask them to provide the 13 months guarantee. So if Capitol Hill and the White House takes longer, we're not delayed any further. We can actually get the funds released, have the private sector funders from India and China and Japan to provide the 13-month guarantees from the banking sector, and that will release the funds and we can ramp up the programme. There are many plots of land already designated. The groups are really doing fantastic database in the orphans and getting them prepared. We have all the vendors ready to deliver and to go into production for the children's villages. Hollywood list is being launched on April the 26th in Washington DC. So all the mobilizers, the vendors, the stakeholders are all ready to play their role. It is only the policy and only the political thing that is 4 years behind the curve. And you and I both know that we cannot sustain 5,000 workers dying a day, 3,000 orphans dying a day. It's our enlightened self-interest to take care of these children and to take care of the workers. They are the economic sustainability for Africa. They're the economic provisions for America. This is about doing good and doing well. This is about mobilizing all the resources that care about this issue, care about the orphans, love them, support them, care about the sick, and want to give them the best, want to give them what they need. So President Museveni, I've given you 5 things that you can do to be a hero for your orphans and to be a hero for your sick, and to be a hero to all the people in the world that truly want to see a positive outcome to this. Please take action now.